What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sterling, and today we are going to be talking about The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. So right off the bat, if you have not watched the season finale and care about spoilers, stop watching immediately. Go watch the last episode since it dropped this past week, then come right back. So you've officially been spoil warned. Now The Rings of Power has been overall a good journey to watch for the first season. It has taken a bit to build up and a little slow at times, but it did build up to its big battle in episode 6, Udun, in which many fans were waiting for. But that is not the only thing fans are waiting for. It seems throughout the entire first season, there is one general question that the fans all had, and that is, who is Sauron? In the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, we know that Sauron was a Dark Lord who created
one ring to rule them all.
And since in those films the rings were already created and the timeline difference between the Rings of Power and the Lord of the Rings is thousands of years, this has made fans all want to see the origin of Sauron unfold in the Rings of Power series. And we finally got to taste his origin and see his big reveal in last week's finale episode. The true identity of the Dark Lord Sauron is in fact,
I have been awake since before the breaking of the first silence. In that time, I have had many names.
Halbrand. Now this actually took some people off since we actually did a prior video about a potential tie of Halbrand's true identity might be revealed as the King of the Dead in the Lord of the Rings, since their armors look to be of similar matching pieces. But clearly, in the finale we see Halbrand unmistakably reveal himself as the Dark Lord Sauron. When Halbrand was first introduced, many did assume that he was actually the Dark Lord Sauron. So to those who did believe that from the beginning, kudos to you. Now this reveal sets up a lot of things for Season 2, Rings of Power, so I'm anxious already for them to start getting the next season out. But of course, it will take time. But I did think that they did a pretty good job of having Halbrand being disguised throughout the entire season. I feel like they never gave too much away to us that would leave no doubt that Sauron was a specific character that everyone pinpointed with surety from the beginning. However, on that note, there actually has been another reveal in this final episode of a character in which we all love. They did not officially say the character's name, so there's that. But we can all clearly tell that the person whom the witches dubbed Sauron is actually Gandalf the Grey. He's called a wizard at the end of the episode, and then also one thing that's another clear giveaway.
Is that way?
He's remembered.
No, but the air doesn't smell so foul down here. If in doubt, Enoch, always follow your nose.
If in doubt, follow your nose. This line was said by Gandalf in the first Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. They were in the mines or tombs of the dwarves trying to figure out which way to escape the caves. And now this wizard, or a stranger that no one really knows, including himself, drops a line identical to this one.
When in doubt, Eleanor Brandyfoot. Always follow your nose.
He says to Nori, the Harfoot, as they are trying to figure out which way to go in the ending scene of the season, the stranger says, "There it is." Nori asks if he is sure, then he replies, "Not entirely. There's a sweet smell in the air this way." When in doubt, Eleanor Brandyfoot, always follow your nose. I mean, come on. They're 100% doing this on purpose and totally leaving us like that on the final episode of the season. All we wanted to hear was for him to be called Gandalf. But no one has officially said from Rings of Power that the stranger is in fact Gandalf. Even Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne, who are showrunners for the Rings of Power, have said that it's still an open question of who the stranger is. And also stating, I do think by the end of the 8th episode, he sure seems like a force for good. So there you have it. We are going to have to wait till the second season of the Rings of Power to get the true reveal of Gandalf, the stranger. But if you somehow have not seen the whole season of the Rings of Power, I suggest you to go binge watch it on Amazon Prime because it's definitely binge worthy. Also, even if you have seen it, it's cool to know that Halbrand was just undercover the whole time, so you get to see him in a different way. The Rings of Power has had mixed reviews from fans and critics, but I think overall it was a good first season to watch to get the ball rolling for more action in the seasons to come. Because I love the storyline, but I also love the orcs battling it out any time of the day. So let me know your thoughts on the first season overall and the reveal of Sauron down in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining us here at Cosmic Entertainment, and we will see you next time. Meow meow.